last news, I mentioned that Tennessee, Josh Huepel gets the new contract, and good for them. They were fantastic this last year, and I hope that they can continue to keep that going, because college football is better when Tennessee is really good. I think the SEC is better when Tennessee is really good. Someone needs to threaten Georgia on that side of the division to make that, not legitimate's not the right word, but more exciting. And I think Tennessee is definitely in position to do that. And then the last thing before we get to our last subject is Ohio State. And I know it's not like a splashy coordinator hire, but they just brought back James Laurinaitis. And James Laurinaitis was a phenomenal college football player. Really great guy, by the way. Had met him when he was doing some broadcast work with BTN and was very good at it. Really smart, intelligent guy. Has a good NFL background. And now Ohio State kind of brought him back in kind of that grad assistant style role. And to me, this is a big move for them because of what I feel like they think it will give them. So when I look at Ohio State, this is a team that has been really good, top end of college football, but just hasn't been able to get over the hump. And in particular, in the last couple of years, I think that they have some shortcomings on the defensive side. That was pretty clear, I think, obviously last year, 2 years ago, and then last season at times, in particular against Michigan and even against Georgia, you could tell like they just couldn't get stops. And it begs the question, like, what if, or is there a way to recruit the safety position, the linebacker position, in a similar fashion that you've been able to recruit the wide receiver position? Nobody in college football has owned the wide receiver position in recruiting like Brian Hartline and Ohio State. And when you look at Brian Hartline, you bring a guy back with NFL experience, not a lot of coaching experience, but good energy, smart player, played at the school, and he turned into an absolute force on the recruiting trail and built the best wide receiver room in college football. And what I think they're envisioning for James Laurinaitis is that he is the defensive version of Brian Hartline. And why not? Why not? You see where Hartline's going. Now he's going to be a coordinator, and you hope that his influence can go over the entire offense. And you're trying to find that guy on the defensive side. If Ohio State could get a guy like Hartline recruiting on the defensive side of the ball and build that type of assistant coach, they would have something. Imagine if they had safeties like they were churning out wide receivers over the last couple of years. Might be very different outcomes in some of those close games. And so I think that's what they're going to be chasing. And again, James Laurinaitis, very smart guy. I think that's a really good and smart hire. And I think he will be a full-time assistant coach in the near future. And I think that if things go according to plan, he will be a force on the recruiting trail, similar to what Hartline has been on the offensive side. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.